Columbus is a big city to me. It has exactly the greatest condition that I need to make this machine. Where I bring in so much from my life, where I bring in so much concentrating. Here I'm absolutely concentrated on myself. But I can be so close to our civilization, then they are in the center of our civilization. A city like that is more in the center of our civilization as big cities with all her confusion and with all the time that we can lose in a big city, with transportation, with trying to make things clear. And here in Columbus it was clear. I know what's happened here. I find out how fast people can walk here, how good they are, how perfect they do a walk. So I was looking for a city like that, without psychologically problems in a way to me. It's not like a city like Chicago who you're getting confused. You don't know your own identity anymore. It's to me a situation who was absolutely the best situation I had never had. And I also had the feeling of all the steel workers who walks in that city. They are very close to me. They understand what I did. And even they don't get it to that point that they want to go with the machine. They get it in the atmosphere. They get it away using iron. And they went very surprised to see that you can make the same good job than they are doing, but without any design, without any sketches. I speak about technical sketches, without any conception, and without any utility, and without the necessary of put down a certain kind of result. I was free. I was dreaming about what I am doing here. It was to me good to get away from my studio in Paris or Switzerland and go far away from that point who I was. And this is the experience who is good to go to another situation with another technology, with people they are not so much knowing about your work, but don't exactly are introduced to what you did before. And so it gives you a new, it was to me a new life in a way. I came here before I decided to walk, to do it here. As I came here the first time, it was for many different reasons. Show up the place where the machine will be, the courthouse, in fact the Commons, and I want to know how this architecture looked like, and if it is enough space, what kind of space it is, if I like it to do it. After that it was the town, meet the town, And I find out they are a steel town. It's a town who are lots of iron workers. And it was an ideal place to do it. And then I was visiting the place where I have to do the machine, the old pump house. And then I visiting different shops, machine shops and electricity shops and motor shops. And of course I was visiting coats too, this scrap iron yard. And yeah, I need a good scrap iron yard place. I couldn't do it in Bloomington or in a city without having a good, beautiful scrap iron place like that. You have everything what you need here. And if you don't find it in old, they have it in new there. So it was just the right place to do it. I came the first time here long before I started to work to find out if they have a good scrap iron place. That's the important thing to do. It gives you more liberty in the choice of the iron and steel, and gives you also some inspiration. There are lots of different forms. You see a form, you think about it. It's a dream, and if you watch the color, you find things inside that gives you some ideas too. I know that scrap iron place makes me dream, a place like that. I like it, and I think that it doesn't mean that the chaos is made out with only scrap iron. In fact, all the motors are not scrap. All the iron that I use there is not scrap, but some little things are scrap, and it's good. I was, when I started to make chaos, I was not thinking to do something who only fits with the city, that I can do now. I tried to do something who was surprising myself too. I was anxious about doing something that I couldn't do before, and it was for me an opportunity to go over myself a little bit, without losing some ideas that I normally need to have in my work. So still I start thinking that, so that's why I did it too in Columbus. I was doing it in Columbus too. You get away from everything else. Columbus is a new city. It's a new situation. You have new people. You have a kind of new innocence in yourself, and you can surprise yourself by if you have nothing in it.
The commission was to do a shopping center, but everybody felt that it should be more than a shopping center. Therefore, the opportunity was there, the challenge, a very difficult problem. The idea came to me, I don't remember how or when, that we could develop a large space, a large room, with the intention that this would be a late 20th century American, very American equivalent of the Italian piazza, a place for people that they know that they can come with a purpose or with no purpose, to meet somebody that you have arranged to meet, or just a place that you will come and you will know that you will run into friends. And this is what the Commons is. There are activities that will be programmed, and there are a number of activities that will be spontaneous or no activity, just a place to be, to sit, to wait, to read a newspaper, to have a cup of coffee. It is also a place that will draw people from the department store, from Sears Roebuck, which of course is an enormous attraction, a great retail machine, and to bring them into town, into the sidewalk. The Commons is as much or more part of the sidewalk, part of downtown, that it is part of Courthouse Center. The idea, the Commons is the hinge, sometimes I say, the glue that ties Courthouse Center with the existing retail. The intention is to bring back life to all of downtown Columbus. This is a building of today, with materials of today, aesthetical attitudes of today, and is dealing with the way the world is today, how we see it now, and not like buildings were in the 1870s. So we are, instead of brick, we are using glass. Instead of being a small masonry element, these are very large units. The buildings, instead of being painted, is reflective, and we see not only the sky, but we see through, we see the activity inside, and the activities and the form of the buildings blend with the sidewalk. There is a continuous interreaction between sidewalk activity and inner activity.
It almost becomes a centerpiece, you know, for the building. It's like if you go in a cathedral, something catches your eye the first thing. And if you came in that northeast door, you know, the first thing that would catch your eye would be the sculpture. And then, of course, the second question would be, what is it? But that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, that's just exactly the way it's supposed to be.
Well, I was just trying to figure it out. It looks very intricate and interesting, but I don't know what it's supposed to do or what it's just decorative.
I'm just astounded at anybody who could put anything like that together and set that in motion.
It seems to have some order to it, so yes.
Well, I think it's an emotional creature.
I don't know how to react to it, to tell you the truth.
Very creative.
I enjoy it. I don't know that it's a work of art, but I think it's an enjoyable thing. I think it'll be a definite conversation piece. It'll be a meeting place. It'll meet you at the chaos or by the chaos when you come to the Commons.
It's a combination of rustic art and a balance with mechanical engineering.
I think it's terrific. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a representation of a lot of things about the town, about the city itself, as far as it being an industrial town, that we've had this sort of background that has built the town. It's very reflective.
And I'm standing here looking at that chaos, and it's a bunch of junk welded together.
Pretty amazing how he did that. All every moving part's connected to the other.
Just something about it. I like to fool around with stuff myself, and when I was a little kid, I used to make things, and it's just like the epitome of it, you know?
I like the cannonballs the best, coming down the tracks and all the moving machinery. I think it's fantastic.
It has to take someone with an artful mind to create something like this.
It's the first I've seen it. I was just trying to figure out what the principle of it was.
At first I thought it was kind of ugly, but then I just found out it was just fascinating just to watch.
We wanted something in the Commons that will be a continuous attraction, a company for the single visitor, an element that will allow you to be alone but not lonely. And this is what chaos does. It allows you to be here standing, looking at it, and still not feel that you are left alone. It fills the space. So the space is not an empty space, but a space already with life in it. It's a living presence as you walk in it. Oh, the reason for chaos or for thinking of Jean Tinguely and not any other person is that we felt that this had to be two very different things. A work of art and an element with life and humor. And after looking at the work of all contemporary sculptors, I had to conclude that Jean Tinguely is the only one that combines successfully art and humor. This was the primary reason for thinking of Tinguely. Also, there are other things. The fact that he had done a piece of similar scale, it was reassuring, and I'm talking about Eureka, of course. Indeed, Chaos #1, I think, not only succeeded in our fulfilling our expectations, but has gone much farther. It's an extraordinary piece. I absolutely love it.
You asked me about the little wagon who goes back and forth. This little wagon is to me, has a big function. It's the function of something dérisoire. How could you say that in English, dérisoire? It's the word lousy. It's too common. It must be another word for that. Something who is ridiculous. Something who is not serious. Yeah, lousy, it's good too, but everybody uses lousy today. And so I want that in this machine who is done, of course you saw it, in a very serious way, very constructive. And that there is something in it who is not constructive, who expresses in a way a part of the life too, who expresses the non-serious part of the life, who expresses the part of the life who you can't impossibly taking serious. And this is the little wagon has this function, to be lousy in that case. You certainly saw that some people put on the top of the spiral, they put a boot on it. I put it down once, but I let it there, I think, half a year. And I put it down, I brought it down, and I find out that everybody is asking me now, where is that boot? You're going to put that boot on it or not? And people are not related to the machine, they start thinking about that boot. So I put the boot back in the little car, just for to be nice to the people. I find out they need something ridiculous, dial dot machine. And of course they feel, how I say, the machine is very serious, it's well made, it's a constructive, a deep thing, it's a part of my life. I got a lot in it, and the community around here understand that, and it costs a lot of money, and so it is something who has no sense. And say to the people it's art, it's not enough. I think it's better everybody forgets about art, doesn't have to think about what is art or not art. And in this case, chaos was a problem. And the little boot, this ugly old boot, has the function to make it go in a way, to make it go that everybody can say to me, oh, I had so much fun with your machine.